everywhere from coffee houses to jail houses, from halfway houses to libraries, colleges, universities, places where people will come and gather at a grassroots level and just know that there's hope, that we are the power. In the face of an ache, of a sign, of a rope, through the spit on our face, we bring heart, we bring hope. We have wit, we have mind, we still laugh, we still joke. We arise and still climb, outrunning genocide time after time. Now you say you want to kill yourself? But it was really clear to me that there was something wrong with my hair, my natural hair, right? My mom would be really upset when it got to actually look the way it was. Those are like early messages for me, certain quiet violence that, racism has, this everyday racism, all the way to the other side of, growing up, seeing what was happening in Birmingham, seeing people being hosed and dogs and that kind of really blatant violence of racism. But then there was that quiet violence that were the messages that I was getting about who I was.
Absolutely, yes.
And not being good enough.
Yes.
I was aware in a sense that I was, I think, weighted down in a way that didn't feel so physical as it felt spiritual, that I felt like I was kind of at the bottom of some ocean. In countless meadows overgrown, in dirt deep gleaming with our bones, in terror spaces where we were all alone. In 1955, right, Emmett Till was killed, a 14-year-old young man from Chicago, a boy.
Right.
Can you feel it? The weight, the magnitude, the cavernous sacrifice that it takes each inch after inch we have run in this race. And here we are in 2013, and we just have the decision about Trayvon Martin. There's still that sense that danger of being black.
Yes.
That not only the violence, but just the threat of violence. That's still present. And people are, I think that right now, so many of us are feeling a deep sense of powerlessness. You are stronger than you think. One particular night, I saw a film by Lisa Gay Hamilton called Bea, A Black Woman Speaks, about Bea Richards, who I knew as an actress, not personally, but knew she was an actress, but didn't realize that she herself was an activist, a playwright, a poet, a dancer. And the experience of connecting with her in that film was very personal for me. I felt like she was talking directly to me. And that next morning when I woke up, her voice was in my head. And she was telling me to get up, to get up. She said, "Get up, sister, we got work to do." I remember you. I know your name. I remember when you came. You were there that day we buried those 4 little girls. You are stronger than you think. You are stronger than you think. Never seen yourself truly. Never seen your real beauty. You don't have to do this. You don't think you'll be missed? Then what about Trayvon, Troy, and Diallo? I broke the surface that morning, and I came up, and I looked around, and I took my place on this planet.
Wow.
It was like I was tired of the racism. I was tired of not knowing what was going to happen next, always having to look over my shoulder, and I claimed my power and my right to be here as a human being on this planet.
The National Liberation Poetry Tour experience, what can people expect?
Well, my audience is not only folks of color, white folks as well, but folks who are at a point in their lives where they're ready to liberate themselves from old ways of thinking about race and racism. Then there's an opportunity for the audience to engage directly with me about that work in a talk back. And then there's a connection piece where we talk a little bit more at the level of what racism actually is in terms of having a common vocabulary to discuss it. And then we engage people to to play with words, you know, to get in touch with what words came up for them while they were watching the performance, and then to create words of their own, or to let those words evoke images, or to let those words evoke movement. They can do anything they want with the words, but the idea is to let the words in, you know, sit with those words, and then let something come out. See this baton? It came from the mother. We passed it on down from brother to brother, from sister to sister, from mother to mother. And now it is our turn to give. And here is our message. You deserve to live.